Welcome back, Helldivers. We have a new Warbond to talk about, so let's go ahead and get into it. We are coming into this about a day late. The trailer actually dropped yesterday on November 25th. Today is November 26th, but that actually works out in our favor because we now have additional information from some of the game devs that we didn't have yesterday when the trailer first dropped, as well as we have pictures of the items coming to the Superstore that will release alongside our new Warbond. On December 2nd, 2025, we will receive the new premium warbond, Python Commandos, which the community has kind of deemed as a follow-up to the previous jungle-themed warbond, Viper Commandos. Python Commandos is very centered around jungle themes, as well as references to Predator and Rambo, along with other action movies of the 80s. The Warbond will release with 2 new armor sets. We will be getting the RS-20 Constrictor Light Armor Set and the RS-40 Beast of Prey Armor Set. We will also get the new primary weapon, the AR-GL21-12 Assault Rifle, 3 new stratagems, the M1000 Maxi Gun, the CQC-9 Defoliation Tool, aka the Chain Sword, the AX Flam 75 Guard Dog Hot Dog. Along with this, we will get new cosmetic items such as the Chameleon Camo for all of the vehicles and Hellpod, which is kind of a jungle-themed camo pattern. The armors will all include the new armor passive known as Rock Solid. We'll also get 2 new capes, 2 new player cards. We will get a new emote, the Front Leaning Rest, which is essentially just doing push-ups for your character. There are at least 2 separate animation models for this. There's a 2-handed push-up and a 1-handed push-up. There may be some additional animations that go along with it. And lastly, the Warbond will also include the new player title of Python Commando. Now we'll go ahead and get into the updated information that we have on some of these weapons that we didn't have previously. Getting this party started with the M1000 Maxi Gun, which is the long-requested minigun for the game. The Maxi Gun has new information that we've learned that was not previously made aware when the trailer dropped, being that it is confirmed as being a medium pen weapon, which is upsetting to some people, but makes sense when you take into consideration real-world miniguns. Additionally, unconfirmed information, but has some merit based off of a statement that was made by game devs about a year ago when it comes to the minigun, maxi gun, whatever you want to call it. I'm probably going to call it a minigun several times during the video. On accident, it is technically called the maxi gun. Getting back on topic, so something that you will notice when you watch the trailer is that whenever the minigun is being fired, the character is not moving. So I think that will go into play with how the gun operates. Not 100% sure if it is going to be a stationary only weapon or if it is going to be a gun that you can shoot on the move. From what we know, from what a game dev said about adding a minigun to the game about a year ago, is that their plan would be that if there was a minigun, that you wouldn't be able to move forward with it. As with any minigun that's currently out there that you can portably fire, it'll throw you back. No matter who you are getting thrown back whenever you try to fire one in a short controlled burst. Their plan was to implement that into a minigun into the game, and that was from a statement about a year ago. Personally, how I think they're going to implement the minigun is it's going to be kind of similar to, like, say, a sniper rifle scope zoom. So the way the minigun will work is it's going to be a hip-fire gun, but you can move around with it, you can shoot it, and it'll throw you back. You can then also look down the sights into a stable platform, and then potentially, you press a button, hold breath like you would with a sniper rifle to hold your aim. It'll be a similar mechanic to the minigun where you're holding place, you're not getting affected by recoil until your stamina runs out, then you get affected by recoil. That's just how I think they're going to implement it. We don't know that for sure. I will say the trailer does kind of back that, because if you look at the stance the shooter is in, he's kind of got almost like a squatted position while he's firing it that doesn't look like a normal crouched position. So I don't know if that's related or not. Additionally, one more piece of information that we learned today is the minigun will not have a reload animation. There we go, that's the proper word. It will not have a reload animation. You will be able to pick up ammo boxes and it will just add it to your supply, as it is a backpack-fed gun. And my understanding is this is going to take up both a backpack spot and a support weapon spot. I could be wrong on that, but that's kind of how it looks. Next up, we have the next weapon, the CQC-9 Defoliation Tool, which is the legally different chain sword. It's going to operate kind of like how you would expect like a chainsaw to operate. It is a two-handed melee weapon, so you will not be able to duel the shield alongside of it. It will be doing medium damage that will work up to heavy damage the longer you keep it on your target. It has also been confirmed the chainsword will destroy small trees, and it's also believed that the the defoliation tool, not chainsword, defoliation tool, will also be able to break open doors on POI locations on those storage containers. One other thing of note, it is very clearly shown in the trailer in multiple spots where the character is starting the chainsword using a pulley string, kind of how you would see on like a normal chainsaw, lawnmower, or something along those lines. Could be a part of the gameplay mechanic to it. Maybe it only has limited uses of how long you can run it without having to start it or refuel it, kind of like the torture. Don't know. We'll have to wait and find out. Our final strat that's being added to the game is the AX Flam 75 Guard Dog Hot Dog, which is a guard dog that has a torture essentially strapped to the bottom side of it. It has been confirmed the Guard Dog Hot Dog will have the same stats as the torture, but basically being no different than it. So it's just a flying robot that spews fire. There will be a lot of team kills unless you're running fire-resistant armor. And as our only primary weapon added with the Warbond, we have the AR-GL2112 Assault Rifle. This is going to be the most interesting for me, at least from a gameplay perspective, because this opens up a whole new playstyle. The Assault Rifle will only be doing light penetration for the Assault Rifle part, but then the Grenade Launcher part will be doing medium explosive damage. So I think it's very interesting that we're seeing this. It's kind of upsetting that we're seeing it as a dedicated weapon and not having the Grenade Launcher be its own full-on attachment that you can put on any gun. Potentially we could see that happen in the future, but that's kind of who knows at this point since they gave us a dedicated weapon that has that feature. But then again, it frees up a weapon slot for you to carry a different weapon. It also adds a whole nother weapon to your arsenal that you could potentially take out with you to have as an extra source to deal with certain enemy types, as well as, like I said, deal with POI locations if you're credit farming or something along those lines. Both of the armor sets being added will both feature the new armor passive of Rock Solid, which will help you mitigate effects of staggering. Those are all the weapons, strats, and armor being added in the new Warbond. Now let's move into the tease for a new biome. Taking a look at the last still photo from the trailer, we get a look at our two Helldivers in the new gear with the new weapons inside of what appears to be an ancient Mayan temple of some kind. I'm going to assume that this is what the ancient Illuminate temples look like that we got teased a few weeks ago back in the game, where there were, I believe it was scientists were going in to excavate ancient Illuminate ruins found on some planets. I have a feeling we're going to go into these ancient ruins. I also have the feeling that they're going to operate similar to the way that the caves operate with the bug front. It's going to be very similar where we're going underground and we won't have access to some of our strats. We could also see in the background 3 Voteless approaching our Helldivers, which is interesting since the main focus of the trailer was on us fighting the bugs, not the Voteless. So, just interesting things to throw out there. I'm sure this is going to be some sort of a new planet. Hopefully it's a entirely new biome with like jungle ruins and stuff like that. It could just be they throw in the ruins onto every planet biome, but honestly I would love to see a new biome. Since we were teased that there was going to be a lava biome added with the next Warbond, which doesn't appear to be happening with this one, as that was supposed to come with the Redacted Regiment, which we don't really know what's happening with the Redacted Regiment other than it got covered up in black ink. My guess is Redacted Regiment must have been pushed back. Hopefully we get it as the next Warbond, or maybe it got bumped to the back of the cycle of things that they had completed. We don't know right now. All we know is that Redacted Regiment was supposed to be the October Warbond, and that so far has not come to fruition. Lastly, before we get into the new Superstore items, we're just going to quickly go over the pages of what we're going to see for the Warbond. Please note that the cost in Warbond medals has not been posted yet, so I don't have that information. Page 1 will be 100 super credits, the AR-GL2112 assault rifle, the RS-40 Beast of Prey helmet, as well as the RS-40 Beast of Prey heavy armor. We have the Mark of the Constrictor cape, along with the Mark of the Constrictor player card, as well as the Chameleon camo hell pod. Page 2 will consist of 100 super credits, the AX Flam 75 hot dog, the CQC9 defoliation tool, the RS-20 Constrictor helmet, as well as light armor, the Faux Rent Ascender cape and player card, as well as the chameleon camo for the pelican. The final page of the Warbond will consist of 100 super credits, the Python Commando title, the M1000 maxi gun, the front-leaning rest position emote, as well as the chameleon camo for the exosuit and the car. Moving into our Superstore items, these items are not available in the Warbond. These are items you will have to purchase with super credits in the Superstore. We're getting the RS6 Fiend Slayer armor, which will have a matching cape and player card. The Fiend Slayer will be a medium armor set. And lastly, we're getting the DBS 2 Double Freedom, which is a double-barrel side-by-side shotgun, which is kind of weird considering we have the break-action shotgun, which is a double-barrel over-under shotgun in the base game that is a stratagem. Or, well, excuse me, I shouldn't say stratagem. It's a support weapon that you can't call in as a strat. It's just available on certain maps around certain areas. So kind of weird that we get this. I'm going to assume that this, since it's going to be a primary weapon, is going to have less damage than the break-action shotgun, which is the not stratagem, I said it again. It is the support weapon you can pick up on maps. Alright, Helldivers, that is all of the new weapons being added with the Python Commandos Warbond, as well as the items being added into the Superstore alongside it on December 2nd. Go ahead in the comments section down below, let me know which item, weapon, or armor set you're looking forward to the most. And while you're down there, make sure you like this video, and if you haven't hit that subscribe button already, go ahead and do so, it always helps out. Anyways, Helldivers, I got nothing else for you. Always remember, friendly fire isn't. That goes for you, hot dog.